trimmed the hair for quite a while, so it was getting a little shaggy. So I'm sitting in there with my clippers, and it won't cut my hair. So Lisa came in and tried to help me, and she wasn't having any better luck. So she said, just shave it off. Just take it off. So I did. I just shaved it all off. I did that, about 4 years ago? I don't know when I did that, sometime back. I'll have to figure that out when I did that before, but it was a while back. I shaved my head, and got a big kick out of that. So what the heck, do it again. No, I haven't gone fishing this year yet. I missed the fishing trip because of an obligation. Hopefully later on, everything's running fine. People are catching some big ones up where we go fishing, 4-pounders, which is amazing seeing that. So anyway, without further ado, over to Max, KJ6HN, and the early group here for the CollinsNet W6DQ.
All right, Dennis, my neighbor to the south, in Yilker, KJ6HN here in Darwin, California, where I figured the topic would come up, so I had to go over to my weather station and take a look. It's 110 degrees outside. Oh my goodness, that is warm. So that's what's happening here today, right now, in the present, and along with the Collins Electric Association Friday Night Net. And we got some good people on here tonight, it seems like. And without further ado, let's see. I don't have much of a list here. I'm not sure who to turn it over. So I'll hand it back to Net Control, KB602J, and small group, KJ6HN.
Well, thanks, Max. Just all around, everybody. S9 plus. But you got it right, Max. Comes back to me. Check, is there anybody else waiting to check into Friday night at CollinsNet? Please come down. Also, I was a little quiet, so Mike, keep 36 MBM, and turn over to Jerry, KF6 Victor Bravo, over to Mike, W7MS, and Mike's back to me.
Thanks. Anyway, great to hear everybody. Signals are strong tonight, mostly over S9 here in Soulsbyville. Not Soulsbyville, but Sonora. We're at the ranch at Sonora running the 1959 S line and D104 mic and the 30L Vietnam War area beat up 30L1, working great. Anyway, it's really good to hear everybody. It's 95 here, almost 96, between 95 and 96 outside. It's been hotter than blazes all day, and working on the ham shack, trying to get it cleaned up, and a lot of things to do there to get it cleaned up. We're moving from the Soulsbyville location over here. Going to be moving the big gear, the 75A4 KWS-1s over in a couple of weeks, and that will give us that rig to work with. Anyway, I've been doing a lot of CW work on, mainly with the Flex, on 40 meters, and boy, is that fun. 40 meter CW conversational is really nice if anybody's really interested in CW. Anyway, KF6 VR, I think it is, or VB, W6MVM.
Okay, W6MVM and the group KF6VB. Mike, you are literally 50 dB over S9, just almost bending the meter needle, but not quite. Thank goodness. I'm running a KWM2 that I recently acquired in op condition on eBay, and it is driving a 30L1 that I rescued out of my shed. And the 30L1 had been sitting in durance vial in the shed for about 10 years. While I was in the shack playing with a homebrew LD Moss linear that I built. Anyway, I'm enjoying the heck out of this KWM2. I recently completed installation of a DSP noise reduction module in it, and that works so well that mostly I just leave it on. It does confuse one a little when you're trying to peak and tweak on the exciter tuning, because you'll peak the band noise, and then the noise reduction thing will say "uh-oh" and knock it back down. You listen to a fairly decent signal on sideband and flip that noise reduction on, and it all of a sudden it's like a telephone conversation. Anyway, the 3001 gave up the ghost again a couple days ago, and there was a couple of fried resistors, R28, which is in series with the PTT control, and I'm not sure why that happened. I replaced them with the book value, which is supposed to be a 1/2 watt resistor, but I'm starting to suspect that a 1 watt resistor would be more like it, even though I measured the current and it was 84 milliamps, and which is a 1/4 watt, so 1/2 watt resistor should be fine. I don't really understand what happened. Right now it's working good. I'm not sure who I'm supposed to give it to next, so I'll give it back to Net Control, KB6LBJ in the group, KF6VB.
Okay, thanks, Jerry. Yeah, we're supposed to go over to W7MS, but Mike, apologize, but it's getting close to that time, so give one more call. Is there anybody waiting to check in to the Friday Night Collins Collectors Association? Please come now.
W6RBJ, Whiskey 6 Romeo, Bravo, Juliet.
Well, hearing none, I'll get the net started and periodically check for some additional check-ins.
Relay.
This is KB6, Quebec, Juliet, and this is Wayne in Santa Ynez, California, and I'll be your net control station this evening. So welcome to the regular Friday evening West Coast edition of the Collins Collectors Association Collins Net. We meet here every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 0200 UTC Saturdays, to exchange information on Collins radio-related topics. We welcome questions and comments on the restoration and operations of Collins amateur, military, and commercial gear. You don't have to be running Collins equipment to join us. Anyone with an interest in Collins Radio is welcome to check in. The purpose of the CCA is to promote the preservation and restoration and use of Collins amateur radio equipment and to preserve the history and lore of Collins Radio. In addition, we provide a technical and historical information archive for Collins radio information. The CCA is licensed by Rockwell Collins to use images, logos, manuals, and printed materials. For more information about the Collins Collectors Association, its forums, activities, services, and how to become a member, please visit our website at www.collinsradio.org. That's Collins Radio, one word, .org. Please help our efforts by joining the Collins Collectors Association. For Ed Fun Dream Night, join us on Zoom. We have a weekly Zoom session during the CCA Net. Send an email to whiskey6deltaquebec@ARRL.net if you wish to join in. Make sure you identify who you are in the email. This is KB6LPJ. Is there anybody waiting to check into the Friday Night Collins Net? Please come now.
LBJ was trying to check in.
I had a double there. Try again.
W6RBJ.
W6RBJ's trying to check in.
Yeah, I got W6RBJ. All of a sudden, everything got real light here. Who else? It was somebody else, wasn't it?
Kilo Whiskey 1, November, Golf.
Kilo Whiskey 1, November, Golf. Tried to check in.
I got Kilo Whiskey 1, November, Golf. Just slow right these days. And what was the name now? I know you checked in before, but I forgot.
Name is Ken, Kilo Echo November.
Okay, Ken, sorry, I know you checked in before, but just getting old. Anybody else? Okay, so before we begin, I forget, Dennis was asking about the 30L1. And you know, Dennis, I don't really have any set parameters. I usually just put it in tune and use the tune meter on the 30L1. And then output is usually in the neighborhood of 600 watts, thereabouts. So if you're doing that, it should be okay. I don't really have any specific numbers that I've ever written down. So I hope that helps. Other than that, tonight I'm using the KWM1 with a 312B5 and 30L1 into inverter Z up 50 feet. And yeah, we've been warm here, but not like some of you guys. We were like mid-90s today, and the humidity was a little bit higher. But we'll just keep it moving here real quick. So S6KI, Dennis, turn over to NY6LJ. Jay, turn over to Dennis, W6DQ. Dennis over to Max. And then Max, you can turn it back to me. So take it away, N6KI. Dennis.
Okay, I don't know who can hear me, and I think in my first transmission, I made people who came on later didn't hear that transmission, so I'm going to repeat. Thank you for the way you tune it, but that's not what I'm looking for. Everybody has their way to get the power, but I need specific information. If anybody has done it or can do it for me, do me a favor. Again, this is Dennis in San Diego. I'm getting a 30L1 resurrected, and I'm not going to get into the reason why I need the info. It doesn't matter if somebody can take a quick measurement on their 30L1. I don't care what you're driving it with, whether it's Collins or non-Collins radio. But I'd like to know for each bin, 80 or 10, your condition of your bin, your mileage, and 2,000 may vary, of course. I'd like to know where your load control is at, on the scale of what is it, 0? I'm not looking at the 30L1, it's not here. I don't know if it's 0 to 10, but I'd like to know is that when you're on 80 meters, and I don't care what your tune control is, because that's just going to go for a bit. I'd like to know where your load control wants. Is it like 2.3, 1.4 on that circular pattern? When you're into a good calibrated 50 ohm, bird or otherwise, probably not E50 antenna, dummy load. Second best is you don't own a dummy load, which would be almost impossible. How about just a antenna at that frequency that has a 1-to-1 SWR? So if anybody can give me that information, my N6KI, November 6 Kilo Indio at ARRL.net, where I can go off frequency with them after year, whatever. I'd really appreciate it. I have a specific reason for that particular reading that I want to get for each band. Appreciate it. And I think that's it for me. And let's see. My email again, N6KI at BayWL.net will work. And over to, I think you said turn it over to Jay. Or was it NY6L that was after me?
All right, see if I got it here, NY6L.
Yeah, cheers, Dave.
Okay, thank you, Wayne. All right, very good. All right, okay, well, as I said earlier, everybody's sounding really good here, and I'll have to see how Dennis looks with no hair. Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to keep what I got here. As I'm getting older, I'm losing more hair. That's the way it is. But it's all good. At least I keep my head cooler in the hot summer here. So, all right, we'll take it away there, Dennis. And what's the temperature over there? HSBCH, 106 here today. W6DQ, NY6L.
All right. NY6L in the Collins Net, W6DQ. Oh, very good. Well, Max, actually, if you hit 110, you beat me. Our high today here at the QTH was 109.4. 109.4. And that's pretty accurate. So, dang, it was hot. I spent most of the day indoors. But anywho, let's see. We're running the KWM 380 and the Alpha 87A. And I think what antenna I'm on. I'm on the horizontal loop right now. So I'm on the loop. That's a 160 meter full wave loop. Balanced feed, going through an Alpha, what they call the HF Auto Tuner from the 87A, and I'm using an SM280 microphone. So, yeah, it was a little warm here today, but we've had it much warmer, and it's going to be getting warmer. They're forecasting 115 in the next couple of days, so it's going to be cooking. But I don't care. As long as I got my air conditioning, I'm cool. The ham shack's air conditioned. The house is air conditioned. What more can I want? Let's see. What else? Yeah, Dennis, I don't have that information. I've never recorded that. And right now, both of my 30L1s are not connected. So I wouldn't be able to set that up to measure that for you. But hopefully somebody can and give you that information. Let's see, what else? Anything else? Yeah, well, we were supposed to go, Lisa and I were both supposed to go down to LA this weekend. There was some event she's going to, and I was going to tag along, and I was going to run over to my storage unit down there and bring some more stuff home. But our house sitter that normally comes and takes care of the animals here was unavailable, so I opted to stay home and take care of them. And Lisa headed south. She went by and saw Wayne and Sharon Spring today, and the rest of the gang at Orange Cafe. I thought that was pretty cool. So she went and saw them. Now she's at her sister's place down in LA area, and she spent a weekend down there. So I get to play radio all weekend. Anyway, that's it from here for now. And Ken, by the way, I wanted to mention, I did get your package. Thank you. It showed up a couple of days ago, and I was able to pick it up at the post office. So thanks for that. And with that, I'll send it over to Max, KJ6HN, and the Collins Net from W6DQ.
All right, from Dennis, W6DQ, my neighbor to the south, 60 miles south. This is KJ6HN in Darwin, and it cooled off 1 degree Fahrenheit since I last gave the weather forecast. We're at 109. The swamp cooler, which is my only source of cooling, has been running continuously since about 10:30 this morning. It has not shut off. In fact, it just about 10 minutes ago went on to high speed. It is controlled by a thermostat in the living room. And so the thermostat controls the swamp cooler, and the swamp cooler keeps the house cool, which is very pleasant right now, and life is good. And as far as other things, other topics, just had neighbors show up, so I'm not going to be around. If there's a second go-around, I won't be here. So I'll say 73 now, and great net. Yeah, signals are good. I like it. Let's see. I'm using my Signal 1 Milspec 1030, which is outputting into an Alpha 77SX with a pair of 8877 amplifier tubes into a homemade dipole up about 30 feet or so. And that's how you're hearing me. So, let's see. I'm looking at my log here. Crudely assembled. So I'll say 73, everybody. Nice to have your company and enjoy it. And it goes over to, I think it goes back to Wayne, back to net control. KB6OQJ from KJ6HN and the group.
WJ67. Oh, gotcha, Dave.
Okay, Wayne, thanks.
Okay, yeah, good signals, everybody. Everybody had S9 Plus. I just glanced at the meter, and everybody was bouncing a little over S9. And I actually turned down the RF gain a little bit, and the signal's cleared up nicely because there is a little bit of band noise. But let's see. So just before I forget, Dennis on 6KI, I just glanced at my 30L1, and I have it at the goal control is actually sitting right on 1. So, and I'm putting out on voice speak here. It looks like maybe about 500 watts, but probably a lot of that depends on the mic gain. So that's the information I have on that. So is there anybody else waiting to check into the Friday Night College Collectors Association, that please come now? Okay, hearing none. And 73, Max, beautiful signal, and glad you could make it tonight. So we have W6MVM, Mike, turn over to Jerry, K6 Victor Bravo, over to Mike, the W7MS, and looks like Ron trying to check in W6RBJ. So turn over to Ron, and then Ron, turn it back to me. So take it away, W6MVM, 86OK.
Thanks. W6MVM here with the net. It's a great group. On 3001s tuning. I'm about 1.5 at this end of the 80-meter band, and about 1 at the lower end, 36 or on CW. Running about 1, not even open. And it runs that way, and it kind of progresses up to 2 or 3 on 20 meters. And I run it on 10 quite a bit, and it's about 4.5 on 10. So that's the range of my 30L1, which is an old Vietnam War one. By the way, this is an amplifier I picked up off the floor. I sat down on the floor for 10 years while I ran my other one. I have another one, which the antenna relay died, and I picked this one up off the floor after 10 years and put it in, and it just ran. What do you say? 30L1s are incredible. All the Epps line is incredible. KWM2s are incredible. I got 2 of them. Anyway, that's what I got to say on that. And we're here at 94, 95 degrees, and cooling off. We're going to have a nice evening outside later tonight, and it's good to hear everybody, but the person working on 3001s, I probably run, I only tune them to about 450 watts or so. So I don't really push that load knob that heavy. I try to keep them with a good dip and not pushing that heavy. Anyway, let me pass it on. Boy, Jerry, I really enjoy your articles on the reflector, and I'm really interested in your DSP work. KF6VB, W6MVM.
W6MVM and the group KF6VB. Mike, that 3001 is doing fabulous. You are peaking, as I said before, 40 or 50 over 9. Probably just, good propagation. I'm seeing something like, I'm peaking at about 700 watts on my 30L1 here. Yeah, I know that's driving it pretty hard. But, hey, this is 80 meters, and the band is loud. I had a little disappointment with my CW project a couple days ago. I got the circuit boards in from the Chinese board house, and I had forgotten to, somehow I had neglected or forgotten to send them one of the copper patterns. That is, the pattern for the rear copper with the ground plane and everything, and that side of the board was blank. It was nothing. So I sadly put those boards away and fixed the problem and made another order. Of course, it's $20 an order. It's not that big a deal, but yeah, it's an extra week of not having it. I have the CW adapter working on a separate unit. It looks like a little Collins rig, a little wraparound cabinet with full holes, light gray on the cabinet and dark gray on the front panel. And I've been having fun just listening to CW on that. I need to work on my CW a bit, so I've been listening to, like W1AW code practice and copying QSOs and stuff like that, and such things. The neat thing about this CW adapter, as I said, it converts the 1750 hertz down to 650, which is much more pleasant to listen to, and it also cranks in a substantial amount of audio filtering, so I can ride the selectivity from wide open right down to so tight that it smushes up the code. Somebody mentioned that there was a reason for the 1750 hertz, and I got to be sure I'm not transmitting harmonics and whatnot. And my answer to that is that this adapter only goes between the radio and your ears, and in this case, my ears. And it has no effect on the system of transmission. The system of transmission is still a 1750 hertz oscillator feeding the SSB transmit chain. It just affects what you, the operator, hear. So no effect on the transmit at all. I do need to double check the carrier balance. I want to transmit one signal, not two signals. This 3001's getting a little warm. I love this. It's a room. It's a space heater, and just kind of being a radio is sort of a side effect with this thing. And that's about it for now. So I believe I passed it to W7NS. This is KF6VB.
Okay, well, thank you, Jerry. KF6VB, W7MS, and the CollinsNet. Mike in Reno, to make it official, Reno, and conditions are improving, but not even the local noise level, the band noise is about S7. With some QSB and some, variable propagation. I can't copy, at least from a Q5 since N6KI or JNY6L, but I think things will improve. And, of course, Mike in Sonora, MVM is the loudest, with Jerry as number 2, and then probably tying with Jerry is Dennis. But I think things will shape up a tad. And we'll see how it goes. But tonight running, 99% non-Collins, I decided to exercise one of my Ten-Tech Orion 2s, and that's driving an Alpha 87AC, C for commercial. Used to work in the island of Guam in the maritime service. That's that specific Alpha amplifier. And some of the usual microphonium and stuff that to drive the Ten-Tech Orion, but I do have a 180Y line flattener. It's rated at 8 kilowatt sideband, so I think it's safe, and I don't think it's heating the room up. But that is the one piece of Collins gear that's in line this afternoon, this evening. So we'll say 73s to Max, because he has house guests, and hello to Dennis and Jay, if they can hear me. And Dennis and Inyokern, well, sorry to hear that, you're now, your new hairstyle, and you don't have any fish stories yet, but you're watching the animals. So, the commitment to the animals, that it always has to be organized, which is only number 2 to actually when you have young children in the house as far as taking care of business. And Mike in Sonora, not Soulsbyville, and he's definitely evangelical when it comes to CW. Always a pleasure to hear you, Mike. And Jerry, great to hear about the infamous R28, 39 ohm resistor. I saw your posting up on the reflector. I didn't see any responses, at least to the general audience. Maybe you got something direct. But a little interesting explanation or non-explanation why that resistor would go up in smoke, since it is, in the bias supply, but it's also very well decoupled from the RF and the grid, so why would it go up in smoke? But it's also it's more of a safety resistor, but so I don't know if increasing the dissipation to 1 watt is invalidating the safety factor, but it's probably not important, but it's going to keep you from having to potentially drop it out of the cabinet again for a revisit on R28. Fine on your noise abatement system there. I also have one from the same UK manufacturer that lives in my one of my speaker cabinets here from ICOM SP20 speaker, and works okay. Does a pretty good job, and I was surprised to see that they're still around. They're still in business since I think this guy is 15 to 20 years old now. When I pushed the button and ordered that DSP unit. And great on your explanation on the CW that it's receive only. It's a down conversion scheme with some with processing of its own. So good job on that one, and you're still running 1750 out the door on the transmit side, and that's good. Board house mistakes. Well, I guess the $20 is minor, but an extra week's wait is always the aggravation. So with that, we'll run it up to the Redwoods. See how Ron's copying everybody, because he's the farthest station north of Southern California. So W6RBJ, W7MS.
W7MS and the group W6RBJ. Yeah, tonight's band conditions are actually wonderful. Everybody's just pounding in here. Dennis was 10 over. Mike, as usual, you're 10 to 15 over. Jerry was 15 over. And Mike MDM was also 10 over. Max was running about an S9, coming in last. But so tonight I'm on the KWM2 and the 30L1 with a 312D5. And I noticed that I'm a little worried about the drive. It's time to go through and test tubes and clean switches, especially in the audio sections of my two main stations here, because when I tune them up, it looks like I'm getting more out than when I'm actual talking. But so much for that. The Redwoods have been kind to us temperature-wise. We got up to a roasting 75 degrees today. It's amazing what living 5 miles from the ocean on the northern California coast does for temperatures. Another 20 miles inland, and it was over 100 degrees here. So haven't had to turn on the air conditioner yet. At any rate, I've got things I've got to do tonight. It's been great to hear everybody, but I'm going to have to follow Max's lead here and pass my 73s around. This will be my one and done transmission because I've got to run. But it's great to hear everybody, and hopefully next week I'll have a little more time to spend chit-chatting with Annette and a little better output from these transmitters. So we'll kick it on back to Wayne. The KB60QJ and the group. W6RBJ, 7-3s.
Okay, fine, Ron. 73. Yeah, you were a little bit light here in Valley. Mike was a little bit lighter too, just above my band noise. But you came in crystal clear on KFS. So sorry you had to leave early, but have a good weekend and take care. So everybody else's signals were pretty good. S9 plus. So let me check. Oh, before I forget, I was reminded that I am not running my KWM1. I'm running my KWM2A. I was looking at my KWM1 earlier, and I think that was on my mind. Anyhow, is there anybody else waiting to check into the Friday night calls? Now, please come now.
green light. Good evening to you, Wayne.
Okay, Skip, that you? Anybody else? Okay, so we got Ken, KW1 November Golf, turn over to WJ6W Dave, and then Dave turn over to Skip, K6LGL. So take it away, Ken, KV6LGD.
Oh, very good. Good evening, everybody. Running the S-line tonight, 75S3C, 32S3, both round emblems, and the 30L1, and station monitor console and the power supply, of course, with an 85-foot long wire fed by an 9-to-1 balance, and a turn 444. I am running the 30L1, and right now it's setting for the loading control is on 2, straight up at 2, and running at 800 watts, right at 800 watts. So 808, LP100 saying 808 watts. So, and then my gain is set at 12 o'clock, and when that's getting me about mid-range on the ALC, and then when I'm tuning up, my gain is set very close to 3 o'clock, and then that gives me this tune-up power. So, Dennis, good that you got the little pin. I hope that's interesting to you. Unfortunately, the main event of that purchase was that 800 hertz filter. I think it was a 9446, I believe, and it didn't work. It measures open on both sides, and I tried to sweep it with a 6-gen with 1 volt of sine wave at the 455 plus minus about 20 kilohertz, and I got nothing through it. So I think it's dead as a doorknob. So wondering if maybe anybody knows if those things are repairable. Perhaps one of the wires broke from the transducers or something like that, or if it was just subject to total shock or failure from overload, or being dropped on concrete or something. So anyway, weather here in Alpine, about 30 miles east of San Diego, it was very nice today. It was about 95, and the air conditioning, which we just put in a new air conditioner, new heat pump, high efficiency system, and it's been running and keeping the house just very nice, and it's very quiet. So really enjoying that new air conditioner, getting our $1,000 a day worth out of it. Let's see what else we got here. Everybody's pretty much S9 plus, but a few signals like RBJ and MS to me were pretty much down at noise level, which is running around S6, S7, something like that, but not too bad overall. And that's about it for me. I'm going to push it on to WJ6W Dave. Take it away, KW1NG.
Okay, KW1NG, Ken, WJ6W. Yeah, okay, very good, Ken. Beautiful sounding S-line there tonight. Enjoyed listening to you. And you're one of the stronger ones, about 20 over here in Tarzana. And let's see, everyone else is copyable, but some not so much, like Mike up in Reno. About an S9. Near the noise, but 100% copy there, Mike, so very good. And let's see, about the heat, I was going to comment on Dennis, N6KI, asking about 3001. We're running a 3001 here, but I don't think I'd be too much help. A number of years ago, I lost an output capacitor in the output circuit, and I replaced it, and for some reason I couldn't get the exact size, so it's a little different. So I think any of my settings wouldn't be standard. And I think what you're asking for is a set of readings on every band while transmitting into a dummy load, testing into a dummy load. So anyway, sorry, I don't think mine would be accurate, but I'll tell you where I'm set, about 1.8 on the loading. can about 4 on the tuning here with this setup on this antenna. So anyway, talking about air conditioning and heating and all that, or heat and all that, yeah, we hit about 100, 101 today. It's been much worse, so I guess we're not complaining too much. But we're really happy with our mini split heat pump system here in the shack, and we have also one in our master bedroom. But it's working great, and I have a breaker box circuit monitoring thing here where I can monitor the power consumption on the circuits in my breaker box. And it's really interesting. This heat pump, when you turn it on, it's at 12, it's 1 ton, I guess. And when you turn it on and it's at full bore, it runs maybe 800, 900 watts. But right now, after everything is down to temperature, it's running 125 watts right now, and it's still cooling. I see it creep up to 150 watts, but it's so efficient. It's just amazing. And our central air conditioning this afternoon is running between 3 and 5 kilowatts. Right now it's running only 170 watts, but that's just the circulating fan running, so it's running higher power than my heat pump just on the circulation fan. So it's kind of interesting, the stuff that I'm sure a fan of these heat pumps, mini splits we have. Okay, enough of that. Let me send it over to Skip, K6LGL, WJ6W. Well, thank you very much, Dave. Our friend in Alpine. Okay, you're doing very well, of course. Very, very strong here in Santa Monica. This is Skip, K6LGL. Oh, very good. One nice thing about this time of the year, at this time of, let's say, the high pressure area is not extreme yet. We still have a little bit of the eddy coming in from the ocean, so the coolest part in Southern California is near the ocean, near the beach. They're at least 10 degrees cooler than most of the other places, so, you know, it got close to 80, but not quite. It might be around 80. So that's not bad. And the cool drop in the evening, that's very nice. I got most of it. Really well. Yeah, I don't know. You may want to close the net, so I'll send it back to the wing pump. Normally it's stronger, but the way summer propagation is, it's not as good as it could be. So back to you there, Wayne, and good evening to all. KD6OQJ, known as the KWM2A,
Okay, Skip, good for everybody. Had a pretty darn decent signal that time. That's 9 plus. Let's let everybody else waiting and check into the Friday night conference. Please come now. This is KD6OQJ. Okay, we've got a medium list tonight, so it's a little early, so we can do a quick 73 round. So I don't have a whole lot more to add personally, so we'll just keep it going. So Dennis and 6KI, and then we'll just do one at a time. So that's 6KI, and then turn it back to me, KD6OQJ.
Okay, 6KI, thanks for the info from a couple of you guys. At least I have the 80 meter setting. Is anyone willing to, after that, go off frequency and make some measurements on the other bands? Won't take you that long, a couple of minutes, so that each band that you have a 1-to-1 SWR or a 50 ohm dummy load, and give me their load setting, and that would help me out immensely. I know it's going to vary, but I just want to approximate what you have. So with that, let's see. I was going to mention on the side, on the non-technical end, if any of you are down in San Diego, which a lot of people like to come and visit, and if you have the inclination of being a veteran or you want to see it at the Veterans Museum, which is down by Balboa Park. It's the old chapel of what was the old Naval Hospital down there, and it's right off of North Boulevard, just before as you get off the freeway and as you're going over to the San Diego down there, and all the other nice stuff to see in Balboa Park. I have donated and a complete calling station to the Vietnam section of the military museum there. They have a section for each war, and that is a complete Vietnam era Mars station, which includes a KWM-2, KWM-2A, a 30L1, 312B5. Anyway, that is set up down there. It is not in operation, but can be put into operation for special events, which I considered, and on it, when you walk up to it, you can press a button on a front panel, special plexiglass panel that keeps all the little kids' fingers off the knobs and dials, and you can hear phone patches that were run during the time that I was running patches, 1968, 69. You can hear soldiers talking home with actual 60-year-old phone patches, so something to amuse yourself. Then see some nice network in a display down there at the Veterans Museum there near Balboa Park. I'll leave you with that, and I'll stand by and see if anybody wants to go off frequency, make a couple of quick measurements, either into a 50-ohm load or a 1-to-1 SWR, and give me some readings on the other bands. I do have a range from the 80-meter band. N6KI, I think it goes back to ND6L.
No. It's going to be one at a time. Dennis, I got it. Okay, yeah, does anybody want to comment on Dennis's request about maybe getting together after net? Go ahead.
KW1NG, I can do a couple of bands.
That would help. And what bands? Are there certain bands you can't do, and then maybe somebody else can fill the other bands?
I can do 40 and 20.
Okay, that'll give me halfway there, and if anybody can do 15 and 10, that would be great. All right, thank you.
We'll see you afterwards, yep. And I'd also like to ask W6DQ if he knows if those mechanical filters can be repaired.
Go ahead, Dennis.
W6MVM, I have 10. I use 10 regularly. About 4.5.
Okay, Mike, I guess I missed part of that. What were you saying?
He was getting filled in. I run 10 regularly with the 3001. It's about 4.5.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Did you copy that N6KI, Dennis?
Okay, good. We'll just need a fill for the 15-meter band then, at this, since the other stations can cover 40 and 26.
Okay, W6DQ, Dennis, I think you were going to get on.
Yeah, Ken was asking about the filter. Yeah, I know people have repaired them, but it really is very dependent on what's wrong with the filter. A lot of times, these filters had the plastic foam in them, and the foam degrades over time, and that causes them to go bad. And I know people have taken them apart, basically unsoldered the enclosure and done some repair work. I've got one that's irreparable because it's a mechanical filter that in fact, it's the same filter. I think it's an 800 hertz CW filter, maybe it's a 500 hertz CW filter that was dropped, and the mechanical structure, the resonant structure shattered. You can hear it rattling around inside the case. I should open that one up and see what the deal is, but yeah, I have heard of people repairing them, so it may be possible, but I'm really bummed to hear that it was bad. That's really a drag for you, Ken. So I'll send it back over to Wayne, KB60QJ W6DQ.
Okay, thanks, Dennis. Okay, it goes over to Jay, NYCL. Go ahead, Jay.
All right, very good. Thank you so much. NYCL, Jay here in Hesperia. And as we're done with the net here, I'm going to go ahead and throw in as much good as as I can back to the SUV and go to the horizontal store shelf early this evening and get up before dawn and head down to the farm. So a good signal here, and hopefully this, but no, a little over 100 watts here, and peak about almost 120 thereabouts. So anyway, all right, back to you there, Wayne, and we'll listen through here. NY6L, West America.
So this is KB60QJ, that's control. Okay, Jay, good signal. You said you only run 100 watts on the press. It was armchair copy. And yeah, have a good night's rest and early start and enjoy yourself tomorrow. So let's see, goes over to Dennis, W60Q, KB60QJ.
All right, Wayne, thank you. KB60QJ and the Collins Net W60Q. Well, yeah, good luck, Dennis, with the amp. I hope you can get the information you need from everybody. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, Ken, I'm really sorry to hear about the filter being bad. That's a drag. I don't know what you can do about that. You can't make it any worse than it already is, so you might as well try and repair it, but it depends on what's wrong with it, like I said before. I think the guys, what I'm trying to recall where I saw that talking about repairing filters was on the R390A email reflector. Yeah, those are a little physically, mechanically a little different, but it's basically the same filter, the mechanical filters. So a couple of other folks on here may have some ideas on that. Mike MS may have something to throw in there. I don't know, but hopefully. Anyway, not cool that it's bad, but I do appreciate the pin. That's really neat. That was cool. So thanks for that. So with that, I'm going to say 7-3 and a good evening, and everybody have a great weekend. Stay cool. It's going to be a scorcher this weekend out here in the Southern California area. So be wary of that. Take care of yourself. Stay cool and hydrated. And I'm telling myself that too. I drank a lot of water today. So anywho, Wayne, thanks again. And now I'm going to send it back over to you, KB60QJ and the Collins Net W60Q.
Okay, thanks, Dennis. Yeah, have a good weekend. Stay cool and put a hat on. Got to protect that feather skin up there. Hi. Okay, Max said 73. So Mike, W6MBM, KB60QJ.
KB60QJ and the Collins Net W6MBM. I just wanted to say I do run a CW net on Thursday nights at about 8:30 on 7.053, whatever speed you want to run, whatever level you want to run. It's called the T-Cares net. I send CQ for the T-Cares, TCARES net, and at about 8:30, and I welcome all comers. And it's for our club T-Cares. Have a lot of people that come in who are beginners, and we do that. And we have a few guys who are very skilled who come on as well. So you're welcome to join us at 8:30 Thursday night, every Thursday night, 7.053 on 40 meters. Welcome everybody, and really enjoy having more people come in. I'll say 73, and this is a great net. Thank you very much. KB60QJ, W6MBM.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Yeah, signal came up and doing pretty well. Hey, is there anybody else waiting to check into the Friday night concept? Please come down. Okay, hearing none, let's continue. KF6, Mr. Bravo, Jerry, go ahead. KB60QJ.
Okay, KB60PJ in the group, KF6VB. Yeah, it was warm today, especially where I was. I was in the attic of our house trying to fix the air conditioner. Actually, we have two air conditioners, a downstairs one and an upstairs one. And the upstairs one has let go of some of its water from the condensate pan, and it destroyed the ceiling in the room underneath. Let's clear out the pipe. Okay, the pipe is clear. It's dripping good to the outside world. Everything is clear, and yet still it's you run it for a while, and then the XYL comes in and says, "Hey, you're dripping from the ceiling again." So I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Something to do with the tilt of that horizontal furnace. Maybe letting water out the wrong end or something. I'm not really sure. I may actually have to take some panels off, which is a pain in the whatchum because well, it's the attic. It's full of insulation, itchy insulation. I really prefer to minimize my activities up there. Although there's some really good storage space that I'd forgotten about. I could at least put some boxes up there and make room for more stuff down here, like more radios. Anyway, I think this is going to be my last go round. So I'm going to say 73s to everyone. Thank you for a really great net. And take it away, W7NS. This is KF6VB.
I think it goes back to Wayne.
We'll go on one at a time, Mary. That's okay. Do I have it?
Go ahead, Wayne.
Okay, thanks. So, Jerry, boy, this was not the time of the year you want to be up in an attic tonight. Even when I was much younger, that was not no fun because I don't know if you wear glasses, but I wear glasses, and as soon as I try to do anything, the glasses just get all the perspiration falls on the glasses, and I'm blind. So nowadays, just pay somebody to do that. All right. So have a good weekend. All right, let's see. Goes over to you, Mr. Mike, 37MS, KB60QJ.
Well, thank you, Wayne. KB60QJ, W7MS. Well, reception did improve as forecast, so hopefully I'm doing the same on various folks for C-band. But I guess I'm just in I've got an RF sponge directly above my dipole. I think here in Reno, at least it's my turn. It's my turn to carry the burden here of the RF sponge. But we'll say good evening to Ken. I think we admitted him last time. Dave. Heard you doing okay into Reno and hopefully okay into Tarzana in this round. And Skip was Q0, but Skip's out there somewhere. And Skip's always Q5 in Reno, irregardless of reception issues. But good evening to Skip. And I see water damage with Jerry there. Well. Yeah, this is the wrong time of the year to be up in an attic with the heat and the insulation issues. So hopefully you are wearing some breaking out one of your COVID masks. There also, I think they've proven lately that maybe inhaling fiberglass insulation dust is not the best thing either. Even though the industry had claimed for years that they were just too big to affect lung tissue. But I think it's being disproven. So heck, another one, another opportunity for attorneys to advertise on streaming television channels for lawsuits. But let me see here. Comments on the mechanical filters. I don't know if Dennis. Yeah, you can't lose anything. But I have been successful with an FA case, metal case mechanical filter. But that was a slam dunk because it was out of a Collins R648 and its series feed through the transducer to feed the plates of the IF tube. And Johnny Allthumbs had been into it and did some miswiring, and of course there was a short on the load side of that transducer, so it opened it up. But was successfully took the filter apart and supplied a new transducer from a parts donor. So I can't say I'm an expert. I think I was extremely lucky. And I think, Dennis alluded to the foam issue, and that's certainly prominent in the R390 A series filters. That's a known problem that the goop gets in the transducer discs and prevents those things from resonating properly. But I think in all likelihood somebody dropped the filter and some of the torsion wires are probably broken, if not torsion discs that are just floating around inside. But take a look. I'm curious to find out what you find. What you find when you do your autopsy on the mechanical filter. But I think with that, 7.3s, and everybody keep on trucking, keep on doing the Collins radio stuff. It's a lot of fun, and I'm bragging. It's currently 93 degrees. Oh, what a pleasant outside air temperature. So back to you, Wayne, and thanks for running the net. Always great to hear you. KB60QJ, W7MS.
Okay, Mike, yes, came up quite a bit. It was very easy copy. Still a bit of band noise, but you well above it, and that was good copy. So, have a good weekend. Okay, let's see. Ron checked out the cat. KW1 November Go. Control begin.
Yeah, very good, everybody. Thank you for all the comments on the filters. I think I will attempt that. It is a plastic case filter. It's a black plastic case, and it looks like its top was glued onto the base. So I think what I'll do is get the trusty old Dremel tool out, the cutting wheel, or maybe the grinding wheel, the thin one, and see if I can't free the cover from the unit. And with that, I will see if there's something broken. Now I'm measuring infinite resistance from either of the two outboard pins to the center pin on each side. And I believe they're dynamic transducers, so I would think that means that those transducers or wires going to them are open. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm thinking maybe it was overdriven or something, and they fused the wires. So I know they're very fine wires. From one of those outboard pins to the ground is where the center pin is, where the transducer system. I could be wrong. They sent me the matches. I don't know. But anyway, I can't get any signal through it, so no harm, no foul if I screw it up, taking it apart. I will give that a try, and I will report on the autopsy. I'll take some pictures if I can see the autopsy damage. And on air conditioning, that's why we replaced ours. We had a condensation leak in our old air conditioner. It was 25 years old. One that came down. We built the house 25 years ago, 26 or 27 actually. And it was spraying condensation out all over the drywall underneath. And my son woke up one day to water dripping out of his smoke alarm onto his bed. So that was the key that we got to get this thing fixed. It was rather expensive, but we found the best price one. We put in one of those super high emission SEER, I think it's 18, something like that. And we put that system in, and boy, is it nice. Yeah, like the Swiss system, it just runs a little bit. It's very quiet, and it just keeps the house nice and cool. So it's kind of a godsend for this hot weather. So we're really enjoying it. So it was worth it. Everybody, thank you very much. It was a great net. I really enjoyed it. Most everybody has very, very good signal, so I could copy everybody. And so I appreciate Wayne, you're running the net, and we'll turn it on back to you, saying 73 is all KW1NG.
Okay, 73 Scan, and signal is still holding quite strong. Enjoy the weekend. JAD, WJ6W, TV6, okay.
KB60QJ, WJ6W for the 7-3 round. Yeah, very good, Wayne. Thanks for hosting tonight, doing a nice job. Always nice to hear you. And Ken, 25 years on the old AC. Well, you certainly got your money's worth out of that. And I think if and when our central air goes out, I'm replacing it with something like what you have there, the heat pump type. I'm not sure they were available when we replaced ours last, at least in the central air type. So anyway, things are changing in that. And Jerry, I feel for you. The water condensate dripping through the ceiling in the house. How discouraging. I hope you get it without too much additional work. Find out what's going on there. But yeah, too bad. Of course, this is the time of year when it's going to happen when you're using it. So anyway, let's see. We'll say 73, and I'll turn it back to you then, Wayne. KB60QJ, WJ6W.
Okay, Dave. Have a good weekend. Okay, 56 LTL. KB6OPJ. 56 LTJ and 73 rounds for the CCA group. Ken, I can appreciate 25 years for a piece of equipment. I have my old heat kit. Okay, good night, Skip. And is there anybody else waiting to stick into the Friday night calls tonight? Please come out. Okay, well, we're going to close the night for 73, everybody. Try to stay as cool as possible and enjoy the weekend. And we'll talk to you all next week. So this is KB6OPJ saying 73, everybody. Good night, W6ME.
Yeah, and thanks, Wayne. And I'll take summer over winter anytime, even if it's 100 degrees plus, W7MS.